Belmia's come from last with a mighty run. This is some sort of a win. Belmia from a bad last has turned it into victory.
Tex-Mex gets to the speedy Tapo, goes past it, and this is going to be a brilliant debut by Tex-Mex. Tex-Mex down to the line, beat Tapo by 2.5.
Yeah, fantastic weeks for the week. It's always good when you have a couple of nice young horses you're taking to the races first time, and you're really expecting big things of them, and I thought both those young horses really produced well. Belmia, I don't know, I've never trained a horse to win that from that far back. I'm really not really sure whether she just couldn't keep up because it was a 1100 metre race and she's a miler, or whether it was just her being so green that when she got back she didn't know how to sort of gather herself. But yeah, she was quite special. The sectional times were outstanding. So where to with her? Probably take her to Sandown next Wednesday. It's a nice little 1400 metre 3-year-old fillies race. So that's probably the big test for her. Is she should be able to keep up with them early in that sort of race, and if she can finish off like she finished at Geelong the other day, she'll be all over that race. So yeah, really interesting to see sort of where we go. But looks like a horse with a big future. Tex-Mex, I've loved him. He's probably as nice a horse as I've put a bridle on in a long time. His gallops here, I've got nothing here at the farm that can stay with him, and he's such a beautiful animal to deal with. He went to the races, was very professional, put himself in a good spot and won accordingly. We've had a couple of substantial offers from Hong Kong, so I imagine he'll be getting vetted out next week, and if he passes all the vets, he'll probably have a new home. But if he doesn't, well then he's certainly a very exciting horse to have in the stable. Okay, a really busy week on the racetrack this week. We'll have Friday night, Saturday and Sunday, maybe Kyneton on Tuesday and Sandown Wednesday. So let's get into it. Okay, I got the Spezia in a couple of spots this weekend. I've got her in the Moonee Valley Friday night in the 2000 metre race. I'm just not 100% sure whether this rail is going to be right out and it's going to suit real on-speed horses, and I just want to ride her a little bit off the speed. So the actual track, the way the track's going to race on Friday night will probably be completely against the way that we want to ride her, so I'll have to have a good think about that. And I've also got her in the Donald Cup on Sunday. Those fields will come out later on this morning, and I'll have a good look at that field, but she'll race at either Moonee Valley Friday night or at Donald on Sunday. She's in very good order. It was interesting to read her form and how much wet track she's run on in the last sort of 4 or 5 starts. So getting back up on top of the ground, albeit they're forecast a little bit of rain, but it won't be enough to affect the tracks. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how she goes back up on top of the ground. So that's La Spezia either Friday night or the Donald Cup on Sunday. Okay, I got Solar Flash in at Terang on Saturday. She actually went all right. I think she heard me last week saying she's going to go live somewhere else if she doesn't do something at Geelong, but she actually went okay. I'm going to put her on the quick backup and see if she can run a continually improved, but we have changed a fair bit with her, but I thought her run at Geelong was okay. She was only beaten like a length and a half or something, so she wasn't far from them. Dropping back to Terang class, hopefully that's a little bit weaker, and she can sort of start earning herself a bit of prize money. That's Solar Flash at Terang on Saturday. Come along, Jeffrey. I've got him in a Terang on Saturday. Now, he was very good the other day at Bendigo, and he probably deserves to back him up. Goes up to benchmark 70 and also goes to the 1200 for the first time for me. So I'm really keen to sort of get him there. He's been really strong late in his races. I don't think it's going to be an overly big field, and normally Terang, the first sort of 300 or 400 will be fairly soft. So it gives him a real chance to run the strong 1200 and sort of helps me ride out sort of going forward with him the rest of this prep. So let's come along, Jeffrey, at Terang on Saturday. I've got the Khan in at Geelong on Sunday. Look, he raced at Kyneton and I thought he was pretty poor. He was sort of looking for a 2200 metre race on a heavy track and ended up getting a 2000 metre race when they changed the distances on top of the ground. They upgraded to a good 3, so that just didn't suit him. Goes to a 2400 metre race on Sunday at Geelong. The distance will suit him. Any little bit of rain will help, but you know, he's sort of struggling a little bit. He's run a couple of placings without winning, so he needs to be sort of winning races. He certainly, you can see he's in very good nick. He just got galloped on a little bit the other day at Kyneton, but it won't affect him on Sunday. But yeah, he probably just needs to lift. I think he probably, I thought he was pretty plain at Kyneton, but we'll see how he goes at Geelong on Sunday. Screw Creek has his first run at Donald on Sunday in a 1350 maiden. These Highland Reels have been sort of just starting to win a few races, but albeit over a bit of a trip. So he'll kick off over 1350. He needs to learn to relax. We've put a crossover noseband on him to get him sort of relaxed, but he's been a really highly strung horse, been a really difficult horse to train. And Maddi and Robin and Nigel have done a great job in getting him going. and now he's the sort of more or less the finished product. So he'll get to the races. We'll probably run him in a 13.50 first up, go up to a mile, then mile and a quarter, and he should be winning races. He's a really nice horse. He's a bloody naughty colt, but I'm not really sure in his trials he sort of shows a fair bit of speed and then sort of one paces a little bit. So I'll be interested to see with genuine race pace, he should be able to jump and relax and hopefully be running 5th or 6th or something early and then be strong through the line. But I think he's going to be a nice horse. He just needs to get to the races and do it. So that's a horse called Screw Creek. He's having his first start at Donald on Sunday. Okay, got Scamster in at Donald on Sunday, first up over 13.50. Showed us a bit of potential last time in, and he certainly improved significantly this time. So I'm really keen to get this horse to the races. Whether he's going to be competitive over 1300, I'm not sure, but I think he'll be competitive over a mile. But he's just so well and he's going so well, I wouldn't be surprised if he can run a place at a big price on Sunday, you know. So that's Scamster at Donald on Sunday in the 13.50 maiden. Big Diamond Luke, I've got him in at Donald. Looks like he's going to be an emergency, so hopefully he gets a run. I've got him in a few spots, so wherever we take him, follow him, because he can't possibly be going any better. All my work riders come back and just rave about how well he's going. He's lovely and sound, everything's right with him. He just needs to get a run. I'm probably just going to have to bite the bullet. I'm trying to run him in really good grade, but I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and maybe run him in a lowly grade race, let him win a race and then get up in grade. But I think he's better than that sort of grade, so I'm going to try to be chasing a decent sort of race with him. I might even take him to Sandown on Wednesday if he doesn't get a run this week. But he's in at Donald on Sunday. Let's hope he gets a run. Redivo goes to Donald on Sunday. He ran okay the other day. He just sort of didn't really know how to travel. So we've done a lot of work with him as far as getting him up on the bit, making him travel harder on the bridle. Changed a bit of gear with him, so hopefully that'll really help. But this horse just needs to get to the races and have 3 or 4 starts, and he'll improve and he'll start winning races. I'm no doubt he'll go really well at Donald on Sunday. His race experience is really poor and he's a bit of a dummy on it, so he's just going to take a bit of racing to sort of come through to it. But he's going really well. He's in very good order and his work is great. So that's Redivo at Donald on Sunday. Got Mellitus in at Kyneton on Tuesday. 18.50 just suits him down to the ground. He's run the first up the other day, was very, very strong through the line. He's all ready to go. This horse will be really competitive no matter where I take him. So really looking forward to sort of getting him to the races and probably his next 3 or 4 starts. He's going to be sort of winning plenty of races. So that's Mellitus at Kyneton on Tuesday.
G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. Hopefully a few guys followed in on last couple of weeks' videos with Belmia and Tex Rex. They were really impressive first starters. I didn't back them, but hopefully a few of you guys did, and you guys got a bit of cash out of Around the Stables. This week we're going to go with another first starter, Balabushka. Irony, we actually bought him with Tex Mex, and yeah, they've grown up into sort of different types of horses. Tex Mex was he was a little bit more forward and jump and run, where Bushka's he's probably looking for that 1400 metres a mile trip. But yeah, both really lovely horses. He's actually raced by a few guys that raced Phil Flute and those sort of guys, so hopefully they can have a bit of success. Tornado, so he needs no introduction, but yeah, he's a lovely natured horse. He just does everything that you want him to do, but yeah, he's had those couple of trials now, so he's sort of getting fitter. But we'll find a 1200 metre maiden, 3-year-old maiden. He's Vobus Gold, all of that. So yeah, I look forward to kicking off his career, but he's more a miler sort of horse. But yeah, really nice horse for the stable.
Yeah, what about these tipsters, eh? They're not even getting close. They can't tip one winner, never mind anything. Tipping short price favourites that everybody already knows. Anyway, they're the experts. So by popular demand, everyone's been saying get him back on. Here's Big Jobs with his Crampton Cup meeting tips.
Desperate times calls for desperate measures. So we've got Big Jobs back on. Seeing you celebrity tipsters can't tip a canoe. We're going to the Transport Marathon in race 3. Port Phillip, number 1. It's won 4 races this prep. Hopefully ticks it off with another one. Then we're moving on to the Cranbourne Cup for a value bet. and Vinasari for Mick Price, home track. So hope that gets up. That couple of starts ago, one at Flemington. So should be all over Cranbourne. Cheers guys and good luck.
Hey guys, I had a really good week on the racetrack last week. At Geelong on Saturday, I was fortunate enough to ride a double and outride my 4 kilo claim, so it was a really exciting day. I first had my winner to outride my 4 kilo claim on a horse called Ski Zoom for Donna Mott. It's a horse that I rode last prep and it was just struggling with its form a little bit, but it seemed to turn a corner this time in and it's come in a bigger and better horse, and it won really quite convincingly at Geelong. And also jumped on another one for Danielle Lewis called Royal Rebellion. I rode it last start at Kyneton and we ran a really strong third, so I was really confident going into that run at Geelong on Saturday, and again it really won quite nicely, even though we did have a spectator run out into the middle of the track, which made the race a little bit interesting, but overall I thought its run was really good, and it's also come back in really great after that run at Kyneton. So really exciting week, especially now since I'm down in my 3 kilo claim. So hopefully my momentum starts to build up a little bit. But yeah, I've got a good few rides at Terang on Saturday, and again I'm riding that Ski Zoom on Sunday at Geelong as well. So hopefully she can continue her winning form and kick off the next week and sort of the festive season coming up ahead. Really good start. So hopefully you guys have been doing all well, and I'll see you guys on the racetrack soon.
Yeah, that's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Yeah, ripping week this week. Really happy with those young horses that went to the races. Little Tex here, he might be going to live in Hong Kong by the looks of it, but he did a great job. Really like him. He's as nice a horse as I've had in this stable for a long time. So anyway, we'll see how we go. Well done to Maddi. Maddi had a great week this week as well, riding a double at Geelong and then another placing through the week, so hopefully she can get a bit of momentum going now and get on a couple of nice horses. If she gives Jeffrey a good steer on the weekend, he'll be pretty hard to beat too, I think, so she gets a real good chance. Pretty exciting times. Got some really nice young horses coming through the stables. Plenty of Metropolitan horses going to race in the next 4 or 5 weeks, and horses like Prince Ziggy's not far away, Little Miss Gutser, and even Young Hostess isn't too far away. So all sort of genuine sort of midweek Friday night sort of horses. So hopefully we can keep the momentum going up right through summer. Until next week, see you later. I've got Malutus. Right, there you go. You happy now?
No one's been able to tip a winner. Oh, I said that last week. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. Senior racing. Oh, no, I wouldn't say. I'll just say Celebrity Tipsters. Well, we've got Big Jobs back on this week, and well, isn't that already something? No. I'm just giving you material.